Devin Wirth. I'm a technical specialist for West Central Distribution. Today we're going to be talking about Soyshot. It's our premium starter fertilizer for soybean. Springtime is a time where nobody really likes, nobody wants to be in the field, and it's the worst time of the year. It's always cold and wet, especially in the spring of 2019, where it's been especially cold and wet throughout the nation. Everybody knows that yield gets robbed early on because of the high stress in the springtime. And I would argue that it's the time of the year that most of the yield gets robbed because of this cool and wet soil. Soybeans will sit there for a long period of time until they're ready to pop up, and when they do, they're not welcomed by great weather either. West Central came out with Soyshot, which is a 0-10-10 starter fertilizer, which means there's 0% of nitrogen, 10% phosphorus, and 10% potassium. In addition to the macronutrients, it also has a 0.1% zinc. Now, all of these are driven by our Levisol product, our ortho EDDHA chelate as well. And what that chelate brings to the table is it ties up cations, other micronutrients that are in the soil that would usually tie up your phosphorus, which is a negatively charged ion. And so you get a twofold action here. You get the chelate that's tying up the micronutrients and freeing up the phosphorus, so the phosphorus can be taken up by the soybeans. In addition to, it makes the micronutrients that it ties up more soluble, so that the increased solubility of these micronutrients, it makes it able to be brought up by the plant as well. The ortho EDDHA chelate lasts a lot longer than other chelates on the market. We're looking at periods of 60 plus days. We're talking almost season long action in the soil. And so, in addition to the chelate being such a great factor that's in this Soyshot, we also have zinc. Zinc is very important in the early season because it helps hedge against cold weather. So when that crop comes out of the ground, the zinc will help it be a little bit more cold tolerant, a little bit hardier, and hedge it against that cold weather. We didn't add in any nitrogen into the Soyshot because we want the soybeans to do all the heavy lifting themselves. We want them to nodulate on their own. Starter fertilizers, or whether it's in-furrow or even if it's later on side dressed or top dressed, the nitrogen in these fertilizers can leach away readily since nitrogen is so mobile in the soil. And so to get season-long nitrogen is hard to do. We want, like I said, we want to see the soybeans do the heavy lifting and nodulate, so it makes its own nitrogen whenever it needs it throughout the summer. We'd like to see Soyshot put down at 2 gallons, 1 to 2 gallons per acre, preferably 2 gallons per acre, and we'd like to see it mixed with about 4 gallons of water at 2 gallons per acre. So if you're putting down 2 gallons of Soyshot, we'd like to see 4 gallons of water to bring it up to 6 gallons of total solution. That way there's a more even distribution of product in the furrow, in addition to a little bit better seed safety because it's a little bit more diluted at that point. So just to recap exactly what you're getting out of Soyshot, it helps to get those beans out of the ground a little bit earlier, a little bit more cold tolerant, and it gives you season-long micronutrient capabilities as well.